very honored that we're in the presence of one of the most prolific figures in the comic book world. He's notably known as the illustrator and creator He's notably known as the illustrator and co-creator of the graphic novel V for Vendetta, and writer and artist of Dark Horse Comics' Kickback. His other credits include Hellblazer, Slain, War Stories, Global Frequency, Aliens, Marlowe, the graphic novel, Night Raven, House of Cards, and a number of other UK titles. The list goes on. Mr. Lloyd has found his calling as a comic illustrator in the late 1970s when he started drawing strips for the TV series Logan's Run. He then worked for Marvel Comics UK, collaborating with Alan Moore for Doctor Who, and he also co-created a pulp character, Night Raven, with Steve Parkhouse. He again collaborated with Alan Moore, this time for V for Vendetta, a dystopian adventure which they started in 1980 for the monthly comic anthology Warrior. In 1995, the series was collected into a graphic novel which was critically acclaimed and very successful, so successful that it was later adapted into a movie in 2006. His latest work is the intense crime noir thriller, Kickback. And now, please join me in welcoming Mr. David Lloyd. Hi there, good evening, David. Right. Okay, this works. Magandang kape. All right. He learned that exactly 3 minutes and 42 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm trying. He's a quick learner, David Lloyd. Mr. David Lloyd. L for Lloyd. This is the guy who created this figure that you see behind us right now. It was his idea to come up with B's Guy Fawkes mask. That was your idea. Anyway, we're going to start off with the questions. This guy's a literal genius we have here, folks. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them later on during the open forum. David, your work has been phenomenal and very diverse. Who are your major influences?
I don't know how many of you know the influences that I have in England. I think a lot of you may know of an American artist named Steve Ditko, who was the creator of Spider-Man. Steve Ditko was one of my major influences. And I think a lot of you may know about that character, know about that artist, and Jack Kirby, and a lot of the other American artists who were very inspirational to me. The English artists that you probably wouldn't know, but I was really initially inspired by fine art, Rembrandt and Turner. But I think that's about the best I can tell you right now.
What inspired you to create Kickback, your crime noir comic book, and how did you come up with the concept for Kickback?
Kickback is really created because I'm a big fan of crime movies, certain crime movies like Bullet, Crime Car. Mainly in the 60s and 70s. A lot of thriller movies now in cinema that people talk too much. But that's what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to do a crime graphic novel like my favorite crime movies. But I always wanted to say something in a story. In fact, I always want to say something in any story I'm trying to illustrate or tell. And I'm very interested in corruption, how we're all easily tempted to crimes, little crimes or big crimes. And I think if we weren't so easily tempted, we'd have a better society. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do Kickback.
What are your future plans, and do you have any other projects in the making right now?
No, I don't have anything in the works right now. What I'm doing at the moment is actually an educational project. I'm very interested in people having access to information and knowledge about how you do what I do, and cartoon art in general. And for many years, I don't know what it's like in the Philippines, but for many years in England and Ireland, the sort of work I do has been looked down on. So one of the things I'm working on at the moment, very hard, is to support a new website which is specific to the UK and Ireland, called Cartoon Classroom, which centralises all the information there is on how to study this work, where to go to see great examples, what courses at art colleges you can go to, who can you talk to find out more about it. It puts it all in one space. And from what I'm hearing from my Philippine colleagues here, it's something that you should have here too. So a cartoon classroom in the Philippines is something that I think we should have. It's a website just giving you all the information you need if you want to do the sort of thing that I do, and cartooning in general.